Hey guys, what's going on? TriggerhappyJon here, coming at you with another Summoner's Glory video. So today, guys, I got something special for you. I've been kicking around the idea of talking to a few other people, and I thought it's about time that we actually start an actual podcast. We're going to be going over the details of Summoner's Glory. I do have two content creators coming on with me. You will see them obviously via the thumbnail if you're checking in on this via YouTube, or they will be in the description on Spotify once I get it uploaded. This is my very first podcast, so try to go a little easy on me, but we did have Cold Brew Gaming and Ivy Lee on the channel. I was super ecstatic that they were even okay with coming on to the channel to record this podcast. I'm kind of a smaller content creator myself, so it was very humbling and very nice of them that they were, willing to take time out of their day to do this with me. So if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and watch it, stick around, see what you think, and give me some feedback. I'd love to have any type of feedback whatsoever about it. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the podcast. See you at the end. So I guess let's start out with, I wanted to talk first. So I don't know if everyone knows who everyone is. So obviously, like Ivy stated, this is the first time actually formally meeting Cold Brew or talking with him. So I would like to kind of start out with some introductions. Ivy, would you like to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I've been playing the game for I think 2 months now. I've been pretty slow with it. I mostly stream Raid Shadow Legends. I really didn't plan on getting into another game as like this, the same type as Raid, sort of, I guess. But then I just really liked it. I was surprised at how much I liked it after I was contacted to collaborate with them, and it's a great game. It's such a young game. I'm just having fun with it. I've only been streaming Twitch since Christmas, and I've only had a YouTube since January, but it's been going very well. And I'm having lots of fun.
Awesome. Yeah. I saw you've been growing massive very quickly. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. And I saw you also got monetized on YouTube, right?
Yep. I have not started doing YouTube videos for Summoner's Glory yet, though, minus my very first playthrough video, which is hysterical because I have no idea what I'm doing, and neither did half the chat, so it's entertaining.
Nice.
But I will be
Cool.
doing videos for YouTube for Summoner's Glory eventually.
Okay. So you hear that? Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned for the YouTube content from Ivy. Cold Brew. What brought you to Summoner's Glory?
Actually, I was gonna start Summer's Glory back in November when they did contact me, but during that time I had some other obligations with other games, so I just had a look and then just had to do other games. And then once I finished those, I came back to the game and I played it for a bit, liked it, and then decided to do like an introduction video. I'm still enjoying it. Been playing it the past 12 days. I'm on day 12 of logins. So yeah, 12 days, and I think I'm doing well for 12 days. I'm level 131, and
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah, you're pushing it.
yeah, just trying to push as much as I can and see what the game brings, and then give it back to my viewers and what my thoughts on the game is.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw. I remember when I saw you first pop into server 3. I was like, "Oh, sweet, Cold Brew's here," and then I recruited you. And the next thing I know, I think I was talking in the middle of chat one day on Twitch, and I was like, "Wait, Cold Brew's not in our guild anymore. He left us. He went and started his own."
I had to make my own guild. I had to.
Fair.
Hey, it's fair. It's fair. I understand. It gives
Yeah.
us good competition. So now we can have the friendly competition between the Triggered Squad and the Brewskis.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Oh
I think
yeah.
they're planning on doing some kind of guild content soon.
Yeah, when I
At least
spoke with
it's
them,
in the game.
yeah. When I spoke with them, I think they are working on that. I don't know when it's going to get released though, so I can't wait for that. That'll be definitely some good fun.
Yeah.
So also, guys, so did I know Cobra? You said you were like 12 days in, right? Ivy, you've been playing it for a little while. Did you guys notice the change in the crystal shop where they added Crystal Zoe, or sorry, not Crystal Zoe, Goddess Zoe into the crystal shop for 5 crystals? Did you guys notice that at all?
We couldn't.
I think she was there for at least for me for like a couple of days, and then she was gone.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was a limited event. That was just the Easter
Oh, it
thing that
was
they did. It was a
okay.
limited event.
Yeah, it was a limited event. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Shop, crystal shop. So yeah, so they changed it. They updated it. It was a very abrupt change, but it was 5 crystals to actually unlock Goddess Zoe, which is super rare SS. So Ivy, you weren't able to get a dupe, or did you not go for it?
I did. I bought a book of her.
Oh, you did get a book?
I already
Awesome.
had her pulled. I pulled her from a summon.
Which is so ridiculous. How did you get her from an epic book?
That was a good day. That was a happy day.
Nice. So yeah, so Cobru, you just started, so you didn't really get to see that or get to participate in that, did you?
I just saw her. Oh, I just got Merlin, I think.
Oh, that's a good one.
I just got an SS Merlin too.
Yeah, I just got an SS Merlin. I think he's good, right?
Yeah, he can be good for arena.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't participate in it. I just didn't know what she did. I saw her in the shop. She was the most expensive one to get with those purple crystals. I only had one at the time, and I thought, okay, there's no way I can get it. And I was also saving all my books for viewer summons. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So are you doing summoning parties then too?
I've just done one today, like right before this.
Oh, okay.
I did some pulls. I'm not gonna use everything right now, and do some more maybe tomorrow or Sunday.
Okay, gotcha. So I don't know. So usually, I think I do my summoning parties every Tuesday night. And Ivy, didn't you say you usually do yours sometimes on Tuesday and Thursday? Is that right?
Tuesday and Thursday now. I don't always do summons on Tuesday. It just depends on if I get extra. I always do giveaways on Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
And I stream before you do, so I'm like, I stream in like the evening, early evening on Tuesday, like early evening, late afternoon, whatever on Tuesday.
Okay, gotcha. So guys, definitely keep in mind that there's plenty of opportunities to get the extra gold books from all the summons that we do. So make sure you keep an eye on your content creators. So one other thing I wanted to bring up. So Cobra, it sounds like you probably didn't have a whole lot of time to get in on the Easter event, did you? I did want to touch base on that.
With the diamonds.
Did you?
Yeah, I completed it. It was so good. Just getting all those rewards from the diamonds was just amazing. For a brand new account, I think I managed to get my first evolution to 5.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So
nice.
Definitely helped out with all that. What's it called? Essence. The essence that you use to do the evolutions.
Yes, yeah.
You got a lot from it from all those Easter eggs.
Yeah, it seemed to give a lot of essence, and it gave a lot of gold too. I don't know if you noticed that or not. And I'm finding that gold is one of the most valuable resources in there. Ivy, how well did you fare on the Easter event?
I until I think the first skill phantom, which was my goal. I wanted to make sure I at least got one skill phantom for Goddess Zoe. Because save those skill phantoms for the rare champions only. Don't spend them willy-nilly. But I did not make it to the end. I honestly didn't want to spend that much. I was fine just getting one. I think at the time I had like 15,000 diamonds, so I just didn't. I knew I couldn't hit 25, so I just took it as it is.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you just pushed it as far as you could to the nearest tier then for your diamonds. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Awesome. Did either of you guys check out the golden Easter eggs or the different eggs that were in the shop?
Oh yeah, they're still here, right? Yep.
Yeah. So they're still in there. I don't know if you guys are in game right now. You can kind of pull them up and see them. I got it pulled up on stream right now, but yeah, I don't know. Did you guys check those out? What was your thoughts on the pricing and the actual value of what they're giving you?
From what I understood, like the most expensive one was more for end game players, and the cheaper one, like the $5 one, was for brand new players who would just ideally they would just buy those instead of the bigger one, as it's more efficient in terms of the rewards to the price.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you did kind of like a monetization versus rewards type analysis. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy any of those per se because I was happy with the rewards I was getting from the event. And honestly, I don't play as much as I wish I could. So I've been a little bit stocked up on resources more than I should. But I really think the value was good. I think it's funny that like they didn't have anything that expensive before. And they know what they're doing. They just brought a whole bunch of raid people in. They know we whale out. So they're like, "Oh, here, you spend $100 in raid all the time. Here you go." They knew what they were doing.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's something I actually was wanting to bring up because I actually I bought 3 of the golden Easter eggs. So I whaled out just a
Wow.
little bit to finish the 25K event. Well, I wanted the skill phantoms. I was having
Yeah,
such a
I
hard
agree.
time. I've got 5 skill phantoms stacked up right now. I've been hemming and hawing on who I want to use them with. But yeah, I bought 3 of them and I was kind of laughing. It's like, man, like, so one thing I wanted to bring up is you see the limited time pack that they had, or that they always had. It says limited time, but yet it's always there. I
Yeah,
bought a
it's
few of
weird.
those because I got hoodwinked by it, and I was like, okay. And then I noticed that when the countdown ended, the pack didn't go away. It's like, whoa, okay, so this isn't actually a limited time pack. But did you guys see where they added, so shortly right before the actual Easter event, they added a $45 pack, which it looks like it has been removed from the shop. Did you guys happen to
Yeah,
check and see that?
yeah. The one that had epic skill books and vigor.
Yeah.
Was it the one? Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I saw that and I was like, man, they pulled a raid on us. I think that's what happened.
Oh, you think it was too good and then they removed it because of that?
I think so, because I mean, if you mapped it out compared to their limited time summoning pack for the $30, when you added in the extra books, and then like it depends on how you guys value the vigor, but it actually I thought that was more of a better pack. So I wonder if they removed that as part of the. They realized like they were giving away too much materials, or maybe they hoodwinked us enough before the Easter event to not get the diamonds.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I was getting so many potions out of that. I was like, okay, I guess energy is not a problem here. And then when it was gone, I didn't really realize it was gone. I thought something happened, and well, yeah, it's gone now. So
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even remember what was in it because I think I saw it, but I didn't get it. I don't even remember what was in it. So
it
I'm
was
glad you did.
definitely bigger and epic skill books. Can't remember if it was diamonds as well.
No, so there wasn't any diamonds in it, and that's why I wanted to bring it up because I noticed it. They had, what was it? Chat may remember, but I want to say it was 26 epic books and 40 times 20 vigor potions or something like that. Which vigor, obviously, like we know, is very very important. It's like our energy, right, to farm.
Right.
It's been up there until okay. So it looks like they just removed it not long ago. So 66 vigor pots is what chat's saying. But yeah, that's I thought that was a little interesting how they had that great pack and then they just kind of removed it at the end of this Easter event.
Yeah, that would. I mean, putting out limited offers is smart because then it just forces people to make a decision. People are impulsive, so if they know there's a limited time, they're gonna. Well, like although unlike the one like you said that stays there even though it says it's unlimited, but
Right.
usually if you see that you're gonna jump on it because if you like it, you have to make an impulse decision to do it or not, or you're gonna lose it. Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why they put unlimited packs. They wanna people to act on impulse and just buy. That's all it is.
Right. Did one other quick question, and we'll wrap up the conversation on the Easter event. Did you guys think the 25K diamonds was a fair value for that event? How did you guys feel about that?
I thought it was fair because by the time you get there and all the resources you got along the way, there was a great amount of resources. I thought it was worth it. I would have gotten that, especially considering that would have got you 2 skill phantoms. I thought that was fine.
Okay, Cobra, what was your take on it? I know you kind of touched base on it a little bit, but do you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Well, yeah, for me, since I'm not, a long time player, I don't know how often this kind of events were. So I literally almost started when that event started. So I didn't have that many resources, but especially with the one that you have 500 diamonds every day. So those really stack up if you start to save them. And if another similar one comes in let's say 2 weeks, I think I'll have enough again to possibly complete the next one. But it really depends if you're a spender or not.
Okay. Yeah, that was something else I was going to bring up. So as I've been streaming this quite often, and something I've noticed not a lot of people are doing is the Eddie Quest. Have you guys been doing your Eddie Quest to stack up diamonds?
The what quest?
The daily?
Yeah, the daily Eddie Quest.
Throw
that up there.
I don't know which one.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
I know there's one that gives you 50, and I think a box of diamonds. Is that it?
Yeah. So you get the 50 diamonds, and as well as I think you can do it a few times. I was trying to pull it up, and it's not showing. I usually went to it by the daily quest.
It's under
Yeah, where did that go, guys?
It goes if you go to your activity and then daily quests are at the bottom. You're talking about that?
Yeah, so the activity and the daily quest, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep, that one. So that
down there.
The accumulating quest. Yeah. So have you guys been doing that every day to try to prepare for these adventure events? No.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because a lot of people brought it up because some people were talking about that. And it's just started, and they're like, well, I can't get enough diamonds and I can't afford it, which is totally understandable, right, guys? I can't expect everybody to whale out on it. But I did think it was kind of neat that they do have an actual a daily quest that you can actually get. I want to say it gives you 50 diamonds, and then you can potentially get a few more, right? I want to say it's close to 60 diamonds a day, if not more. Is that right?
No, Elena mentioned it there.
Elena, yeah. So
yeah, there's quite a few ways to get diamonds, which is great.
Right. So yeah, so it looks like it increases depending on your level, which I think is just awesome. I was very, very happy and surprised that they were giving away their currency as well as the warrants. Have you guys been doing your daily warrants as well?
Yeah, trying to do them.
Yeah.
As much as I can, but I would like it if the game offered a way to do multiple quests at a time. That would have made it a little bit better in terms of time management. But
yeah, it's true because they make you go back in and do multiple things for Crystal Forge or multiple things for the same goblin area. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would, ideally I would pick up, 5 quests for a specific area, go do them, and then come back.
Right. I noticed that too. It seems like it is kind of a hassle that we can only do them individually. I wonder if we couldn't con them into later, like letting us do like Colbert mentioned the 5 one or even 3. I feel like even intervals of 3, because the daily limit's 15 would be awesome, just to kind of break it up a little bit.
They're just forcing us to go farm, which is smart because they're trying to teach you like this is what you should be doing daily to get resources. So it's kind of smart.
So when you guys do your warrants, which ones are you guys focusing on? Just out of curiosity.
I focus on Amity. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go first.
Okay. I focus on the Amity one because it's not always there, so I make sure I go grab that first. The little present looks like that's what I tend to go to first. Yep, that. And then I'll go through and do the Crystal Forge ones or whatever that has the best gold along with it as well, because I'm going to be getting gear that I can smelt in the forge for more resources, because there's never enough, because I just failed 12 times trying to get to level 9. Literally, the last piece I just tried to level up. Like, how is this failing every time?
I know the RNG is not great for the forge. Not at all.
Exactly.
Cobra, what strategy are you taking there for this?
Yeah, I just go for those first, for Amity first, because that's, I think, the best in terms of value, because those are normally 200 diamonds worth. And then I do the diamonds one, and then I do energy if I do all of them in a day.
Okay.
Some days I don't do all of them.
Yeah, I think so. I've gotten leveled up quite a bit, and I've noticed that it doesn't seem like they're giving me as many diamond rewards now, unless I do GVH, the Ghost Vault Hard. And it's funny. I noticed I can't do Ghost Vault even on my own by like solo it, but I can do it in a squad. And so it's funny to me that like, oh yeah, you can get these diamonds, but you got to work as a team to get these diamonds. So I thought that was kind of an interesting interesting route they took to kind of progress your guys' accounts is by forcing you to work with your teammates.
Yeah, there's not many people that can just solo Ghost Fall hard, I don't think. That's tough.
Right. Have both of you guys been unlocked Ghost Vault hard or made it that far in the storyline yet?
Not me.
I think I haven't made it yet there. I think I've just finished Crystal Forge. I think. If I remember correctly. I think I'm on quest. Let me check.
Okay.
I'm on quest 9, story 9. So might be close, but
okay, yeah. So yeah, you're getting close because I want to say you have to make it 10, Phantom Abode 10 to unlock the Crystal Vault. Yeah. So you got to make it stage 10, and then right after that is the Ghost Vault part. Yep. Yeah, and chat's confirming it. So you're very, very close, Cold Brew. We're at in the story mode. Are you at Ivy?
Oh dear, I forgot. It's where you have to kill all the zombies.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I struggled so hard on that.
Blue Los was a tough one.
Okay.
And then I think I was on the one after that. I think I did one more and then I got stuck again. So I'm like, it's fine. I have to level up my runes really bad anyway, so we'll get there.
Gotcha.
I've been slacking on Evos. I've been playing for 2 months and I'm way behind everybody just because I don't do enough. I'll get there.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to play multiple games at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got 2 accounts on Raid, and then I'm also playing this now, and have a job and do YouTube 2 videos a day.
Oh dear.
Oh Lord, that's a lot. How do you keep it all straight, Cold Brew? That's the real question.
I don't know.
Do you
I
sleep?
Don't sleep much.
Yeah.
No. Not really.
Guys, you heard it first. The secret to being able to do all this content at once is you don't sleep. Fact confirmed by Cold Brew.
That it's called you don't get to do all the content because there's literally not enough time in the day. That's my story.
Oh, okay. I like it. That's reasonable. Say, I also work 10 hours a day, so I do understand it's so hard for me to maintain my normal day-to-day life and do any type of YouTube videos or daily content and stuff like that. It's definitely a big time-consuming or time management task that I don't quite have nailed down. Cobra, it sounds like you got that pretty dialed in, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't know you worked besides content creation.
Yeah, I still work. Content creation is not my full-time job yet. Hopefully soon.
Okay.
But yeah, I just try to keep a schedule, like know what to do on the following day, and trying to do that. But it has made me cut down a bit on Twitch streaming. So I had to sacrifice that a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems like some of our viewers are saying that they didn't even realize that you had a job outside of this. So obviously you're killing it as far as the content.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Do a great job.
Right. So do you guys use your battle assistants a lot? I was just curious.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got to. It's like mandatory.
Oh yeah,
that's the one thing that makes life so much easier. Oh my gosh.
I know. I just noticed I didn't use mine.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work everywhere, right? Or is it just me?
Working on it. It's coming for what? The Demon Fortress? They're trying to tease us or whatever with that. But
yeah, so I thought it was funny. I logged in one day and I saw that we could actually farm it. So I set both of them to 80 runs. It's like, oh yeah, this is awesome. We're gonna farm runes AFK now. And I came back the next day and I couldn't use it. I was like, oh God, what happened?
I missed that day that it opened. Damn it.
Yeah.
Was it like a limited thing? I missed it probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they did it was like a beta test, and I believe it was only 24 hours. And yeah, I managed to get in on it. Like I happened to see, I went to go set my Elemental Lord, and I saw it said Demon Fortress. I was like, oh, what is this? So I went ahead and went down there, and I was able to farm 80 of them, but I could only do it once. After that, it was locked. I was like, oh man. What a rip. But yeah, I was wondering if you guys noticed that or not. So it looks
I
like
didn't actually know it was open. I just assumed it was a placeholder for something coming. I definitely missed that.
Yeah, I missed it for sure.
oh, okay. So yeah, you guys didn't get to participate in that, unfortunately.
But it should be coming soon, right?
I do believe it's in the development plans. I do. And yeah, and I thought it was weird. So when I did get to run it, I want to say it was like 80 runs was like 12 hours. And I don't know if you guys pay attention too much. Like, do you guys farm runes very often or no?
Now I've reached the point where I need to be farming them at the level where I'm at. Although I don't farm the highest level yet. Like I see that I need some upgrades to my runes, so I try to farm those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one thing I try to farm overnight when I do farm overnight. I'm really bad about I do that like once a week if I'm lucky. But I do try. I wish I could get myself to do it every day. You just never you never have enough with having to level up.
Right. Yeah. So when you're actually farming runes, most people can actually do it in between like 2 to 4 minutes. So when they did have that open for the test, it took 12 hours to do 80 runs of it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So yeah, so it seems like that's a little exaggerated. How do you guys feel about the fact that it seems like when it does go live, that the amount of time is going to be very skewed versus like if you were to farm it yourself overnight, say for example?
I don't know. I mean, I think that hopefully they make that longer, and hopefully that was just a temporary test because they just wanted to see how it goes, and that 12 hours isn't the final answer. I hope.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's what I think as well. Like if they're gonna introduce this, it's gonna be maybe improved. It's just testing to see the reaction of players.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay. I think I kind of share your sentiments on it. I hope what they do is because it seems like they want to lock us in at this 80 attempts rate. I hope they do shorten that time just a little bit for us, just so that way we can see more benefits out of it. But yeah, I guess either way, I really just can't wait for them to actually unlock it so that way we can farm runes. Because yeah, like you said, it takes up a lot of time to farm your runes, right? So it would be nice to be able to farm these in the background without having to actually take the time out of your day to do those manual runs, or even set like an auto clicker or whatever the case may be, right?
I'm just grateful that the battle assistant exists at all. I mean, imagine having that in raid, and we'll make farm potions at the same time, and maybe do some runs for gear or whatever it may be. It's amazing. I never even knew that they were going to add the runes, but I'd be happy even if they didn't, because it's nice to be able to farm the materials and even farm for fragments on champions that you're hoping for books of.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome.
I totally agree. It's an amazing system, like concept behind it. It makes you focus on more of the other aspects of the game.
Yeah.
So I would love to have it on other games that I do play, like Raid. So yeah, it's a great thing that's in the game, and as long as they constantly try to improve it, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree. I think the battle assistant. When I first saw that, when I started playing Summoner's Glory, I was like, "Wait, what is this?" And I didn't know what I was doing. Like I was just clicking buttons, trying to figure out the game. And I saw that it had a battle assistant, and I was able to set it. And I was like, "Oh crap! Now I can't do anything in game because I'm so used to like. Obviously, I'm a raid player myself, and coming from raid, whenever you go to farm something, right, you're kind of locked in that screen for until the run's done. And then I was able to back out of the battle assistant. I was like, "Whoa, what was this? Did that just happen?" And I used some diamonds to like claim it real quick. I was like, oh wow, that just farmed AFK. I didn't have to do anything. It was like my eyes just widened. It's like, holy crap, this is amazing. I hope they implement it in other games, like Cold Brew was saying. Like if they put this in Raid, like that would be amazing.
Yeah, I like the concept of it, that it's not like totally immediate return. And yeah, I just hope they introduce it to all areas of the game right now. So not just the materials and the basic farming.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. So so one other question I was going to bring up is the Demon Tower. Have you guys been doing that, or has that been a focus for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I did it to where I would push until I couldn't go anymore, and then I would just stop and step away from it for a while, then randomly try it again. I kind of pushed for each level of mastery testing, and like I'm at the next one. The one I'm at right now, I think the next one I need to get to is 140. So when that's the last thing I have left to do, I'm going to see if I can do it. But I don't like overly do it every day or anything, or keep trying. It's more like once I know I've made a big like jump in progress, whether it be a new evolution or something, I'll usually go back and try it again.
Okay, Cobra, how about you? Have you been playing in the Demon Tower? I know you, like you said, you're 12 days in, but have you been messing around in there?
Yeah, I'm only at Demon Tower. Wait, let me tell you exactly. I think 102. I think somewhere there.
Oh, okay.
Just up to the mastery. Enough for my mastery.
Oh, okay.
So
What mastery
yeah,
are you on right now?
I'm on the first silver star.
Oh,
So
wow,
that
that's
one.
pretty quick.
Yeah. I've been doing those, but I've been quite inefficient at it. I think some of the mastery quests require you to boost the equipment to level 6. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, this is so expensive. And then I was talking to Nightmare. He said, yeah, take the 1 stars to 6. I was like, oh yes, that makes sense.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Cheating the system. Smart.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
GG the
makes sense.
system,
Didn't even do
Yeah.
that. It's fine.
right?
Yeah. It would have saved me some resources.
I know. So it's funny you bring that up. I did the same thing. I doing the mastery test and messing around with it because I didn't really know what it was, and I noticed people had stars, and then I figured it out. I was like, oh, cool. But I have I think at the time I had like 3-star gear, and that's when I first went up like from bronze. And I did the same thing. I leveled up the highest gear I could. I was like, man, this takes forever, and I ran like I don't know how many Crystal Forge runs to just like farm more gear to smelt. And then after I finally got like I think it was like I made it to like silver 2 maybe or something like that. And they're like, why don't you just do the tier 1 gray gear? It's like, oh, that would have made so much more sense.
Right.
But at the same time, I want to get my gear better. I have done some Ghost Vault runs with other people, so I do have some solid 5-star gear. So I want that gear to be better. So I might as well just work on the gear that I actually want to improve.
Oh yeah, that's a very fair point because because you want to keep progressing your main phantom.
Right. My main phantom is literally with the gear that you guys helped me on day 1. If you remember, Trigger.
Yeah, I remember
I
Nightmare and
haven't
I
even
running you
changed
through it.
anything.
Oh really?
Yeah, you took me through some runs, and
Yeah.
that gear hasn't changed since then.
Oh wow, that's funny. So have you guys been paying attention to the different gear then? Like as far as like what or figuring out what gear you guys want to run on your main phantom?
Yeah, I kind of focus. I mean, I use gold because I just want that support to stay alive for progression. As far as the substats, I tend to look for things that are crowd control, like paralyze, freeze. Of course, speed boost. Any speed substats ideal.
Gotcha. And then poor Cold Brew is still using the same gear, but we farmed him on day 1. We'll get you
Yeah,
there, bro. We'll get you there.
it's gold gear. It's gold gear as well.
Okay. So you're keeping all the gold gear. Nice. Yeah, that's actually I'm still running gold gear on my phantom. I'm just now starting to collect the different sets to kind of test them out to see what set I want to use. I did see that like Tide gear it gives you a boost on damage. I thought about possibly switching to that, and and you also reflect 7% of your damage. So I think I may test that out very soon actually to see what the benefit is over gold gear. See if we can get a boost there.
Yeah, I feel like the Tide gear is more like arena, quick, and hard hitting. I mean, I don't know. It feels like that's the more end game when you don't need the extra support because your champions are all on level 16 runes and whatever. But I feel like getting through progression wise, that gold is better to help with progression.
Okay. Okay, makes sense. Have you guys been so have you guys ran into the gold paywall yet, where you just can't seem to have any gold in game?
I can go first. Well, yeah, I haven't ran out of gold yet, but I'm still at Evo 5. Okay, so I was looking at the spreadsheet that you sent me. Okay, Trigger, you made a spreadsheet with all the Evo, the cost, and I
Right.
said, okay, Evo 5. Okay, I got that, and then I looked a bit down on that list to Evo 6. I was like, what? I don't even have close to that amount of gold. How am I gonna get that? And then I realized, oh man, it's gonna take forever. So I didn't even look to Evo 7 and further than that. And then imagine you have to do that for
Right.
four phantoms at least.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why I made the spreadsheet just kind of show like what the requirements were for each Evo. Because as I was compiling that, like I thought I could hurry up and level one character up really quickly, kind of like focusing it like raid style, like 1 to 60 quickly. And then until I compiled that spreadsheet, I'm like, oh no, to get an Evo 8, it's going to take so long. Like, oh, this is insane. Ivy, what was your sentiments on that too?
Yeah, I recently hit a paywall, but then I just actually farmed rich goblins, right? That's the thing to do. And I did get a little extra through some I may have spent some resources to do whatever I could to get some more gold because I was really desperate. So I'm pushing hard for some gold right now. I'm pretty desperate. It's bad because I hit that wall where I was just trying to level up gear. You're leveling gear and runes and phantom evoing, and it just goes quick once you get higher levels. It's so quick.
Yeah, I know that's have you guys been using your guild boost to boost the amount of gold you get from the rich goblins?
I haven't done anything with my guild yet. I'm really terrible. Bad guild leader. Because I didn't realize how important that actually was. And plus, I've had a lot of people come and go. And I think now people are actually starting like more secure and actually playing. So I'm gonna start doing that. I just need to communicate with my clan. Unfortunately, not everyone is in like Discord, so I can't be like, okay, guys, I'm gonna turn on the boost at this time. Make sure you're in game. I don't really have a better place to do that. Not people aren't gonna pay attention to the chat in game, so I've got to get people paying attention first.
Gotcha. Cobra, what about you? I know since you left me and you started your own guild, have you guys been kind of formulating battle plans and using your guild boost for the gold?
We're not as active right now, but slowly getting there. So trying to farm the quests and getting bigger in terms of the guild. So
Sorry,
yeah, it's fun.
What was that, Ivy?
I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh no.
I'll be there. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. My audio hasn't been cutting out, has it?
I've heard you just fine.
Okay,
fine.
good. Because I have something that's with my USB that keeps going do, like keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. So I'm like, I hope it's not my microphone or something.
Oh, gotcha.
I unplugged my hard drives. I think I'm good.
So yeah, I last night I did a little test with the so that's why I kind of wanted to bring up the extra goblin boost. So last night I ran after I got off stream with Ivy. I ran for 8 hours with I think I opened like 5k vigor with that gold boost, and in 8 hours of farming the rich goblins, it gave me almost 100 million gold.
Wow.
So yeah, I've done that before, and I realized so that boost is actually more beneficial than I thought it was going to be worth it. Like I didn't realize as a guild leader how important it was going to be to be able to utilize those fully until last night when I ran, because like it was a notable increase than like say if you were to farm overnight without the boost. It was very, very noticeable.
Yeah, that sounds
wish
like
I
a lot
realized
of
that sooner.
gold.
You say that, but I actually, so my Phantom, so I've been playing this pretty hard since I got into it. Most of my Phantoms have the runes are up to level 15, but it takes to get one rune up to level 15. I'm noticing it's anywhere between I've seen it where it costs like 12 million gold all the way up to like 15 million gold, depending on what tier rune you're using to upgrade them. And yeah, so that
Right.
gold goes so quickly, and then obviously, like Cole Bruce said earlier, the amount of resources needed just to evo up once you get to the higher level evos is just insane. All right, so next question I got for you guys is, what is your current teams that you're using and why? Cole Brew, you want to start us off?
Yeah, so currently the formation that I use is like Anchoress, Sea Conqueror, Dracula Eye, and Zeus.
Okay.
But I just got Merlin like during this podcast, so I'm thinking about him maybe switching him into someone else's place. But I'll think about it. I'll go over his skills and see what kind of everybody else is thinking about, and then. But Anchoress has been my number one for sure in this formation, and she's not even fully booked, or and she's only Evo 5. Yeah, so yeah, she's doing great.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what made you decide to pick those particular Phantoms? Like, was there a certain strategy that you're going for?
It's mostly like the consensus of everybody saying like Sea Conqueror is great, Dracula Eye is great, Anchoress of course is great because she is more of the pay to win kind of champion, Phantom, and then Zeus is a recent addition. I had somebody else before that, but he's a recent addition. He seems good enough for now. But I also got Haley just now, so it's Haley or Merlin or Zeus. I'll have to think about it.
Oh, are you still summoning books right now?
No, I've stopped because
Okay.
I've ran out of space. I don't have any more space to so I just started doing the evos
Oh,
so
okay.
I can make some space.
Gotcha. So Ivy, what's your current team and why are you using them?
I also just got a Merlin, so I don't know where he's going to fit into this equation.
Oh no,
I
decisions.
started with I had Secret Dancer right away, so she was immediately my damage dealer. I got her day 1 of playing the game, so that was great. I used her and Sea Conqueror, the ones of my OGs, and then Goddess Zoe, of course, immediately was thrown into the mix. She's does damage and heal. She's kind of like a little bit of everything. It's so great. And I was using Puppet as my 4th champion, which I still do when I need a little bit more support if I'm having trouble. But right now I'm using Mystic. Thank you, Joey B. Shout out Joey B for that smart tip. My characters are not at 100% crit rate right now. So throwing in Mystic for his passive puts them a lot closer. So now that I am doing some great damage, my runs are so much faster for farming the dragon and the wolf. Like I probably at least a minute, maybe 2 minutes faster than they were before. So Mystic has been a huge, and I put him in at level 1. He did the job. You just really need his passive. So currently, I'm working on leveling him up to make him a little bit not as squishy, so he could actually take advantage of having him in a Hellcracker set, which I do at the moment. That was another suggestion. That way he can at least do some crowd control while he's in there for that as well. But he is now my Headcracker champion to stun, and I just swap in Puppet if I need to instead, depending on the build.
Okay. So with that, so I've talked to other people about the Mystic strat. So it's funny that you bring it up. That I know we both were using Puppeteer because I actually took Puppeteer out in my formation as well. How far do you think you're going to keep going with the Mystic strat? Do you think that's a strat that you want to keep going to the end game, or do you think that's going to be more of a beginning middle game strat?
I mean, farming Dragon 10 and and Wolf 10 is as high as you can get there. So just making those runs faster, I think, is helpful. It's more of a mid-game strat, though, or early game, just to be fair, both of them, I guess you could say. Because once you get the runes to where you can actually get your characters, well, actually that's arguable. Once you get the runes to where you can get your characters to 100% crit rate, you kind of don't need them. Or you could have the opposite strategy, and you could, because you know you have Mystic, you could build with more crit damage and get more damage total out of them. So it kind of depends on which way I want to take that.
Okay.
I think right now in my position of still fairly early mid game, I'm just taking advantage of that, but still trying to level up my runes. But what I think I plan to do is have a crit damage and a crit rate rune that I could swap back and forth between the character, deciding if I'm using Mystic in the team or if I'm not. And if I am, I'll throw in that crit damage rune for my runs to make them quicker.
Oh, that's actually a really good. That's a really good thought and strategy. I never even thought of that, honestly. Cold Brew, did you? I know, like you said, you're in day 12 of the game. Did you know about Mystic's passive ability by chance?
No. I didn't go over all the phantoms that there are in the game to just, okay, this one goes with this one, or any strategies. I just try to progress through the story, and then when I'm stuck, I'll have to think about some other kind of setups to use.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I've been doing too. It was it's not. I think I made it to right towards Crystal Vault. That's when I realized I got stuck the first time, and I wasn't using Sea Conqueror, so that's when I started putting her in. But yeah, so I mean that makes sense. But yeah, so the hot debate right now as far as the meta goes, and by the hot debate I mean we have a whale in the Summoner's Glory chat that swears by Mystic because his passive can be booked up to a 35% chance to crit. So obviously that means you only need the 65% of crit rate on your other phantoms to reach that 100% crit rate. So I know that was a meta that's been tossing around here. So it sounds like Ivy's got a pretty good strategy going on with it. With the keeping one gem or one rune set aside for swapping in and out from the crystal or crit damage and the crit rate.
I'm not there yet, but that's the plan.
That's the plan. That's the strategy. Okay, pro level strat.
Actually, sounds a good strategy. If you have the means to make a team around it, have the gear to be precisely where you need to. Makes sense.
Yeah, I like that. I never, I was laughing because I built all of my guys with exactly, or not exactly. I'm getting them all as close to 100% crit rate as I can. And yeah, I wish I would have thought of that. I'm too invested in my current strategy to want to go back and re-gear. But yeah, I think moving forward that may be a good idea. Thank you, Ivy, for bringing that up and explaining your take on it.
I don't think you have to re-gear. I think it's just take off a crit rate rune, put in a crit damage rune instead for that. I don't think you have to re-gear more than one rune, depending on how close it is, of course. Like, what's the max crit rate on a rune? I don't know. I haven't got there yet.
So on a gold rune, so like for example, I'm pulling up. I think my Ankaris rune is the highest I have right now. The crit rate is at 42%, maxed at 15, and my substat rolls I have it at 14, so that's a 56 crit rate from one rune. So Mystic, for example, only gives you the 35% crit rate boost, right?
Yeah, close enough. But the good thing is you can get crit rate substats on a crit rate rune, so that's something that Raid doesn't let us do. So you could get 42%, so that if you swap that one rune for purely crit damage, then boom, you have a much harder hitting team if you decide to throw him in there for quick farming.
Exactly. So that's what I would have to focus on, is try to get more crit rate on the other ones to be able to use Mystic. But yeah, that is a very good strat. I like that. I like that a lot. And I do like, so Ivy made a very good point, guys, is you can get double the subs. You can get the main stat. So for example, you can get the crit rate rune, and you can also get a crit rate substat on that rune. And that's actually how I've been filtering a lot of my gear, is all of my speed pieces and all of my crit rates pieces. I've only been keeping the ones that are double statted.
That's smart. It's a good filter.
Yeah, it makes sense. Since you could do this in this game compared to to Raid, then yeah, if you do have it, then that's the best way to go.
Okay. So I'm glad we're on the same page on that one. I was kind of wondering and thinking to myself if I was GGing myself by getting rid of the other ones that I didn't have, but yeah, I feel like that's going to be a pretty solid strategy moving forward with the game. The other thing I wanted to bring up too is, so Ivy, you're in server 1 right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, and Cold Brew, you're in server 3 with me. How active is your guys' server right now?
Mine's a shit show. I mean, it's fun, but let's be honest. It's fun, but it's also really obnoxious because it's lag central and you can't go anywhere without things being glitchy and weird, and it's fun though. I mean, I'm very happy for it. I can't complain. We have people here. I wish we could all be in the same server, but I understand. I mean, a game where you're physically running around, you can only have so many people physically there. So it makes sense, unfortunately. Even though I wish I could play with you guys in the same server and do runs with everybody, but oh well.
Yeah,
Right.
that would have been fun if we could somehow make it all, connected. But yeah,
Right, that would be
I don't know
nice.
if you can ever do that.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. It was talked and rumored that they were going to do eventually add a item in game or add something in game to where it would actually allow us to move from one server to another. So how would you guys feel about that? So, and also, guys, before you answer that, I want to preface this with so are you guys also aware that server 2 unfortunately has the lowest population in the game right now?
Yeah, I wasn't sure between server 2 and server 3 which one was. I mean, I just knew that they had less than one. That's really all I knew.
Gotcha.
All
So
I knew was
what's that?
the developers told me you can go to server 1 if you want, but it's Hades brought a lot of people there and basically broke it. So I said, no. If I bring people to the game and to try it out, I want them to at least enjoy the aspect of, being able to run around, not crash all the time, because that's just gonna send them away.
Right.
If it's too frequent, then yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was getting at. If they do release that item, then so like for example, Ivy, you said yours was a shit show. Would that then, if they release that item, would that kind of target you more to want to like transfer your guild over to like say server 2 or server 3 that are a little less populated right now, or
Maybe I would.
okay.
I would be willing to if a lot. Well, no, honestly, it's hard because like I like playing with certain people that are in my server, so I don't know that I'd want to leave the people that I'm used to playing with.
Right.
So I think, I mean, if a content creator like someone like that that's well more popular than me could get more people over to jump over at the same time and help the server, sure, but a little too late for that. It happened. Oh well. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like there would be a bunch of individuals that are just sick of the lag. They'll be like, okay, I'm out. Bye. Especially if you don't care. If you play alone, especially if you're not like super social with the game, you're probably like, yep, going to where there's no lag.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was thinking too, because I have noticed even since I joined server 3, even our server has gotten a little bit more bogged down as we got more content creators, and obviously we just got the one and only Cold Brew in on server 3, so I'm sure it's going to get bogged down even more. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing to bring up, because it is rumored that supposedly we would be able to change servers later on in the game, and what would everyone's take would be on that.
Yeah, it sounds a fun way, but if it costs some kind of currency for it, players won't be that wouldn't really want to do that.
Okay.
And you don't want to force your community to follow you somewhere else and make
Yeah,
them spend money.
that's
And I'm
fair.
enjoying it. I see no reason for me to change at the time right now. So
Okay. Yeah, I mean that is a very good point too. I mean, I feel like it probably wouldn't get really utilized by like us content creators unless it was free, right? Or some sort of a give me or promo to where we could help out our viewers, right, to transfer over as well with us. So it may not be something that's viable for us as content creators later in the game, but I feel like it would be something that'd be really great to have for just the community, for those people who did join the just randomly on their own accord and then decide like, okay, hey, we have this content creator we really like, or this situation, or like, oh, this is really laggy, let's go ahead and migrate. I feel like it would be something that'd be really nice and convenient to have in game.
Yeah, I think the reality is they haven't advertised the game. The only advertising is us. They haven't paid for ads on YouTube, ads in Google Play, ads in Apple Store, whatever. So once they start doing that, the other servers are going to grow. They just need to start doing that. When that's going to happen, who knows? I'm sure they've said they're going to for a long time, and they haven't yet. Who knows? But the game will grow when they start advertising. Besides just trying, you can't expect the content creators to solve the problems.
Yeah, I mean that is a very fair point. Goldbrew, do you got anything you want to add to that or touch on?
Well, yeah. As long as the game becomes bigger, then the servers will be fuller. At a point, they'll have to close off server 1 and 3, maybe, and then everybody will have to go on server 2, just because of there's nowhere else to go.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's what they did on World of Warcraft. I think, if I remember, they had split each server, like in terms of how full it is, and if it was too much, it was with red letters. So it would make people not go there just because it's too crowded, or it would cause lag, or same kind of thinking.
Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know that you used to play World of Warcraft back in the day.
Yeah, I played it for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. Because I feel like they're gonna at some point in time they're gonna have to level load these servers as the game's getting more popular, and I'm hoping that maybe as these servers fill up, like Ivy was pointing out, that they will do more advertising to grow the game, so maybe they can improve the server bandwidth as well, right? It'd be really awesome if we could have something that was say all 3 servers merged into one, like if they had like just one massive, huge, dedicated server. No, you don't think so?
No, they're not. They've already told me they're not.
Oh, okay.
But they did also tell me that they have hired the team to do advertising for them. They've chosen the like marketing whatever people. So they have that, like, I don't even know what it's called, what they hired, but they hired people. So that's
like
in the
an
works.
agency, maybe.
Yeah, they hired the agency that's going to be doing that. So it is definitely progressing. Like I knew, like, he's like, I was told, like, we just hired this person like yesterday, so like it's happening. So it's just a matter of time before they start pushing ads in like YouTube and all that. And that'll help us as content creators get more people in our streams, because let's be honest, Summoner's Glory is not as popular as Raid, so it hurts my viewer count by me. If I didn't like this game, I wouldn't be streaming it, because it hurts my viewer count. If I'm trying to get Twitch partner, this game ain't helping me right now. So that's the tough part, unfortunately. I'm hoping that will help boost. I mean, it will. If we stick around and they actually do as planned and get things going for advertising, we will all benefit.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very accurate statement for sure. So one other thing I did want to bring up too is so are you guys, like, when you're farming for gear and stuff like that, are you guys the ones driving in the instances? Like, for example, like if you're gonna go try to like run the Crystal Forge or Ghost Vault, are you guys actually the ones driving in there, or are you guys having someone else kind of carry you through there?
I can drive Crystal Forge. I'm just a little slow still.
Okay.
But I usually try to have someone with me who's at least around my level, or not too low. But I have done it, and as I improve, of course, all my gear and my Evo levels, I'm sure I'll do that no problem. I can do it. It's just slow.
Oh, okay.
Definitely can't do Crystal or Ghost Vault. I'm not there yet. So people have taken me through, and I have decent gear because of that, which I'm very grateful for.
Fair enough. Yeah. So that's the reason why I asked that question is so I usually have Nightmare drive for me. He's one of my deputies in my guild. But the few times I've had to drive, it seems like the AI changed in the game for when you're running through the instances. So that's why I was asking if you guys drive or if you have someone else drive. So if you guys have noticed that, literally overnight one day, it looks like the AI changed on the when you get engaged in like the mobs, the random trash mobs before you get to the bosses and the instances. So I was just kind of trying to see, and if you guys noticed that they updated that without telling us.
I don't know. Maybe you can elaborate.
I don't know either. I haven't been playing the game too long to
Right.
like, figure out a difference.
So it seems like they did update the AI to where like it's almost as if they have like a wider range of view. So like before you could kind of like squeak right by them, like as long as your character didn't touch, right,
You're right.
you would be good to
Yeah.
go. But now it seems
Didn't
like you
hit way
got
more.
yeah, it seems like you have to like take big wide circles and stuff like that to really avoid them or go out of your way, or else you're going to hit all the trash mobs. So I thought that was interesting because I didn't see that in any of the patch notes, and maybe I just overlooked it. But yeah, literally one day we were doing it on stream, and then the next day I went to do it on my own. It's like, oh my god, like I was hitting all the trash mobs and just getting destroyed because I couldn't carry myself. So I was laughing. It's like, oh wow, this is different. But yeah, I was just curious if you guys had experienced that or not, or if that was just me who got used to the easy way, and then all of a sudden it got a lot more difficult and challenging to navigate in the instances.
I guess you
you're
just got
right.
lucky.
Right. No, you're right. I definitely, now that you say that, I'm like, yeah, I've definitely hit more mobs than I used to, but I didn't really think about it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Nice. So I only got a couple more questions for the podcast, but I did want to bring up, what runes are you guys trying to use right now on your phantoms? Do you guys have a favorite, like a particular set that you just like, if you do farm for runes? Because I know you guys both said you're slowly farming some runes. Is there one that's really stuck out to you guys right now? Ivy, you want to lead us off with that one?
Sure. I mean, spines and harvest are kind of into the mix a lot, so I kind of go back and forth. Usually I'm farming harvest and oppression, because of my main characters that I use. Okay, you're kind of farming for the person you're working on. So, like, I was farming so much dragon that I realized I only had a bunch of blue and a very few purple spine runes, and I've been getting more characters that I felt that benefit from those with the HP increase. So I kind of stopped farming dragon and I just kind of switched to the wolf because you kind of need to farm both. I mean, there's definitely benefits to both, but spine and harvest seems to be into the mix quite a bit.
Okay. Cold Brew, I know you said you've only been playing for 12 days and you're just now trying to start getting some runes. Have you had a chance to kind of look at the runes yet to see potentially which rune you want to go for?
Yeah, I'm mostly trying to pick up harvest right now for everybody, and I have the best ones. I have them on my anchoress. She's got harvest and wait, let me check. Harvest and squall. That's what it's called. Yeah. It's four pieces of squall and then 2 harvest. That's how I have her. She's got the best ones, and then everybody else has whatever's left. Honestly, trying to get harvest on everybody. I've got on Zeus. I have oppression on him. So yeah, and planning now to use on Haley. Use head cracker. I heard that's great for crowd control. So once I get more into the game, I'll understand more a bit on the runes, which is basically the gearing part of the phantoms. Then I'll have a better idea on which ones to farm and which ones to ignore.
Nice. So it's funny. So as you were just saying that, I was just pulling it up on screen. So every combination you just said, that's exactly how I have my phantoms geared. So that's kind of funny. But yeah,
I haven't started doing Squall yet though, because I felt like Squall's a little bit more end game, so I was kind of waiting before I even worried about Squall yet, because I feel like the crit damage is just kind of a little bit more like, wait till I get to the crit rate, then I'll worry about the crit damage.
Right. That's kind of what I did too, because I never even thought about it. Because like I have my secret dancer and oppression, which I'll probably leave her because it synergizes better with her kit and oppression gear. But when I first went to go build and Karis, I didn't have her in Squall gear. I was doing just like you were explaining how, worry about the crit rate first and the crit damage later, just like in other mobile gacha games, right? You want to try to get the one stat first and then kind of scale up on the other one. But yeah, once I finally got the runes I wanted farmed, I was like, oh wow, like yeah, the squall set, this seems to be pretty end game and awesome, because yeah, the 4-piece set gives you plus 25% crit damage. Like, that's awesome. So yeah, so I've been kind of doing the same thing. I've been focusing on trying to get as much harvest gear, because that's because harvest gear, you get the, like you guys know, you get the 12% crit rate boost for the 2-piece, and then you get the 10% speed for the 4-piece, so it's kind of equal to like the speed gear and raid, but with a little bit of crit rate added in there. So yeah, I've been doing kind of the same thing with I've just been farming my harvest gear, and then I think I'm gonna start prioritizing some squall gear though, guys. I feel like having that crit damage may be more beneficial once you get to the end game.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
All right. And then I think the last thing I got with the podcast, and then we're gonna wrap it up, is so since you guys are doing your summoning parties and everything, and doing multiple epic books right on certain days, have you guys been doing the silver book trick? Did you guys know about that, or have you? I'm guessing you guys have figured that out, or no?
No, I've just heard about it.
Okay.
What's the trick, and why haven't you told me before?
I know I failed you. I absolutely failed you. Yeah, so it was funny. It was actually chat that brought it up, and that's kind of why I wanted to put it on here, so that way, you know, as the first episode, people can kind of learn something that not everyone knew. I think, anyways. But yeah, so when you get your crystal, like when you summon like a gold book, for example, or an epic book, and you get your crystal shard counter at the upper right hand corner, tells you like a number out of 300, and then once you hit that 300 mark, your very next book after that drops your crystal shard. So
right, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know that, but so you can actually cheese that. If you go all the way up to 300 and then you back out and you summon a silver book, it'll pop your crystal shard for you without you wasting one of your gold books or your epic books.
Oh, right.
One book.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm like, yeah, it's just one book.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's not huge, but it's like, that's actually pretty cool. Because, yeah, I mean, because our epic
It's
books,
something, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because epic books, I mean, hell, they give us 13.6% chance to get an SS compared to like most games, right? So yeah, I don't want to waste my 13% chance.
Books, no, but we get gold books from like a lot of things too. So I
Right.
mean, not as obviously as much as
That-
silver,
that-
but
Do specific phantoms have a different rate? Do we know? Because I couldn't find it anywhere in the game.
So it's funny you bring that up. I don't think there is anything stated anywhere, but it sure feels like it, doesn't it?
not obvious. But did you see the graphic with the stars on the champions that's been shown in the Discord?
No, I didn't see
No.
that.
There are gonna be stars next to the champions. I'll find it and send it
Oh
to you
yeah,
in chat.
you mean
Where
the ones
that kind
for
of shows the rarity.
the
Like
new patch?
Puppet is 5-star because she's very rare to get. Where like someone is 2 stars, 3 stars, whatever.
Oh,
their new
gotcha.
rarity system.
So, yeah, so when they come out with the Evo 3 system, that's the stars on there. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I saw the stars and I was confused. And I was like, are there stars in the game? Where are the stars? But yeah, I thought it was just something else that's going to be added to the game when that new Evo system comes.
Probably.
Yeah,
But
probably.
it's still the case though. Like they definitely changed. Like so, people have commented that like the drop rate for Secret Dancer seems to be a lot lower these days than it used to be.
Oh, I don't want to talk about the drop rate for Secret Dancer. Oh, I'm so bummed out.
No.
So when I finished the Easter event, I had about 200 epic books from completing like the 25k diamonds and the 3 golden eggs and a bunch of other stuff, right? I pulled all 200 on this past Tuesday night, thinking, okay, at least I'll get maybe 1 or 2 Secret Dancers because I only need a few more to max her out. I pulled all 200 of them and I didn't get a single Secret Dancer. I was so
Yeah.
depressed.
I don't have her either. So I'm trying to go up in what's it called, abode.
Oh, okay,
And
yep.
and pick her up through there.
Oh, so you're gonna farm her
And-
fragments?
I'm not sure if I'm gonna farm them just yet. I just want to see what all the hype is about her.
Okay.
Although Nightmare did tell me that I've got Anchorus, so it's
Really need it
better.
if you have Ankaris going.
Right. Yeah.
I have Ankaris, I just haven't got her going yet either.
I mean,
Too many people.
don't feel bad about it. I just now built mine within the past week. I've been relying heavily on Secret Dancer, and then like I said, I had Pup in my strategy, and so I just recently took Pup out and put my Ankaris in, and then now I need to build my Goddess Zoe to throw her in the mix.
Right.
But yeah, they do a lot of damage together. I think I can't wait to get them maxed out in higher level evos. I don't know if you guys have seen like what the Evo 8 damage is for like a secret dancer and a chorus, but it is freaking nuts. I can't wait to get to that level in the game.
Yeah, it's gonna
Working
take
on
some clicking.
Yes, lots
Some
of clicking.
clicking.
Lots of clicking.
I know, it's funny you bring that up. I actually timed it one day and on stream, and then made a video about it later with the update. It took me 9.5 minutes straight of clicking to get an Evo 3. So that's just an Evo 3, let alone if you go to like Evo 5 or Evo 8, right? Like that's just going to get compounded that much more exponentially. Oh
I
my
just spread it
god.
around through days. I can't do it all in one day.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
overwhelming.
can't even do a macro on it on BlueStacks because they move around and
Oh, okay.
it doesn't stay consistent. So
One does have a macro for that. I've heard. Who was it? Was
Yeah.
it Health Spawner? Who was talking about it on my chat? Someone was talking about it in my chat yesterday. They do have a macro for it, but I'm like, I don't know. Or was it you, John? Someone was talking
No,
about
I think it was Taco. Wasn't that Taco Gaming said he had a
Taco?
macro
I'd
for
be
it?
too worried that it would eat the wrong champion. I wouldn't
Yeah.
trust it.
that's what I'm. It would
Yeah,
eat
BlueStacks macro
something
for
and
Evoing. Someone said they had one. I'm like, I don't trust it. It would eat something that I don't want it to eat. I mean, I guess everything's locked, but
Right.
like you'd run out of you do accidentally run out of A's and it starts doing all your S's that you didn't want it to do or something.
Yeah, I would be so bummed out. I got a certain strat I like to do with my Evos and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know if I would trust an Evo macro. I'd get all upset if it messed up my organization of my account.
Agree.
But yeah, I think that's it for the list that I had out. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to kind of cover or bring up in the podcast? I know, like I said, this is my first podcast, so I know it's been a little rough and a little back and forth jumping around on topic wise. But yeah, was there anything else that you guys kind of want to touch base on or talk about?
I think you did a good job for your first podcast. Congrats.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I've never done one of these, so I don't really know what I'm doing.
yeah, I agree. It was fun. It was fun to talk about like a brand new game and listen to you guys talk about it because yeah, I'm brand new to it, so I'm just still picking up stuff on the way
Gotcha.
to end game, I guess.
Okay. So obviously we've been streaming this on Twitch, so it looks like the chat did have a few more questions. You guys cool with sticking around and see if we can't answer some of chat's questions and so they can pick our brains?
Yeah, I noticed you had a channel point redemption, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was okay? Were you gathering questions from that?
Yeah, I was supposed to, but it doesn't look like they didn't. Chat didn't quite follow that quite right, so they redeemed it, but they forgot to type. I should have made it a requirement to type. So I was hoping they would redeem it and then to type out the question, because what happens is it gets stored and then I can see it. So I guess we'll.
Oh, you're right.
I do have it. I can see who asked the question. So hopefully, if they're still here in chat, we'll answer some questions here. So it looks like oh, it doesn't have the typing question. Oh, so I GG'd us, guys. My first podcast, and I GG'd the Q&A. I forgot to add the question box for the channel point redemption. All right, so we'll start off. I saw it looks like Nightmare had a question. Nightmare, if you're still here in chat, you want to go ahead and ask your question, and we'll see.
Oh wait,
try
I
to get
saw
everyone's
one of his
opinion on it.
questions. Hold on.
Okay.
I saw a couple. I'll find it. But yeah,
Fine.
we could type it again. I'll look in the meantime. I know I saw one.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he's still here. It's basically all Nightmare. Oh gosh, yeah, he's a troublesome clanmate. I think I liked it better when we had Cold Brew on there.
Which runes do you think are best overall was one of his questions after he I think that was after he redeemed.
Okay, so I think we covered that question.
I think we kind of answered. I didn't really say which is the best overall. I was just saying what I've been forming, but that's okay. Covered that.
Okay, so we got that question answered. So okay, so how should I focus on here? He's talking in chat now. How should I focus on building my Evo? How do I prioritize? Okay, so I understand the question. Cold Brew, what's your take on that? We'll start with you. So you're starting out new, right? 12 days in. How are you focusing on your what Evo you're prioritizing?
I'm just well, I was going on with basically getting everyone on the same level of Evo, And then I thought maybe it's like Raid, where you shouldn't be ranking up your characters all at the same rate. You should focus on the first one first, get him as high as you can, and then he's pretty much going to carry you everywhere else. And then slowly you can take the second one to the highest, then the third one, and then the fourth one. So
Okay.
I was thinking of going that route to this.
Okay.
Suggested to do that. That I was told to like I mean I kind of got everyone to like Evo 3, but then I pushed to like Secret Dancer to Evo 5 before I got anyone else to Evo 4. Like I kind of did that. Just to push your damage dealer at least a couple Evos above everybody else.
Okay. So it's funny that you guys say that. So I took the opposite route, and now I kind of know the answer, unfortunately. So I leveled each one up individually to keep them all the same. I did the epic fail because once I mapped it out on my spreadsheet to see what the Evo requirement was, I got real disheartened when I saw that to get like Evo 7 and Evo 8 cost so many resources that I kept them all at the same level. So now like all my phantoms are Evo 5, and then I have one Evo 6 Zeus. And I feel like what your strategy is that you guys are doing is going to be the best bet overall. I feel like focusing on one, and it sounds like focusing on your DPS is going to be the biggest benefit and prioritizing on in the game. So it's funny you guys knew what you were doing. I didn't know what I was doing apparently.
I just asked the people.
Nice. Consult the community. Why didn't I think of that? Man, I failed. Also, so let's see here. What was other Nightmare's other question? He seems like he redeemed quite a few of these.
He just used all his channel points, or what?
Yeah, it looks like it. He's not going to get in on the incarnate drawing, that's for sure. Okay, so is Zoe and Pup actually good? So what's your guys' take on that? Ivy, how do you feel about Puppeteer and Goddess Zoe?
Yeah, Zoe immediately changed my account. I got her going pretty much the equivalent I had my other champions going, and then I went from farming like level 4 to 6 in the dungeons, or like the dragon and wolf, to doing 10 like immediately. It was amazing how big of a difference she made in my account. Honestly, I haven't used Pup enough to really say how much I like her, but I did build her a couple different ways. I built her with the tank strategy of just having her in like self-healing and just making sure she stays alive to revive, but depending on where I was at, I didn't find myself needing that as much as I thought I did. I don't know. It's hard. I'm mixed on Puppet because I know there's a lot of strategies you don't quite need that. Just depends on where you are.
Okay.
Is she that strong? I don't have her, so I'm just curious on how many epic books I'll need to open until I get her.
To get who? Goddess Zoe or Puppeteer?
Yeah, Zoe.
Zoe. So here's my take on it.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Zoe, I feel like she's great. She has a passive which heals each phantom in your squad. So I feel like Zoe's pretty good. Now everyone else is saying that she's SS and she's super rare and super great. I don't think so. I would rate her as a B tier. Same with Puppeteer, unfortunately. Even though they're super rare, I don't like. I'm gonna build Zoe for testing because I want to compare them, but I think I'm gonna leave them at B tier. Everyone else is.
You haven't played with her yet, then you don't know.
Right. That's why. Yes, to be fair, I'm gonna build her out to test it, but I feel like my Ankaris and my SD is gonna carry it.
You can build her to hit hard, though. She really does damage just as well. She's unlike most raid characters, like the healers are just support. She is both damage and support. That's the difference. She's both.
True. But I feel like you gotta have that fine line, right? You gotta have a fine line between your DPS and your healer.
Not when your damage is based on HP.
Oh,
you're tanking and you kill. Just like,
Right. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna build her. I'm gonna build Goddess Zoe just to test her out. But I don't feel like she's as rare. I mean, I pushed really hard. I wanted to get her out of the crystal shop because I know she is that rare. But yeah, I saw her kit and I was excited. But I just don't feel like I don't know if it's really worth it or not. with having Inkaris and Secret Dancer. I don't know. I guess I'm on the fence on that. I'm on the fence. The one thing I do like that Goddess Zo has is she does have the extra magic damage equal to 10% of the enemy's max HP. I do like that, but I don't know if it's actually calculating correctly in the game from talking to other people. So it seems like our chat has lost their shit now.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, so because Puppeteer, I think everyone could kind of understand, right? Because she's the only reviver in game. Goddess Zo, though, I don't know. We'll see.
Don't need a reviver if you're constantly healing.
Okay, that's a very solid statement.
Yeah, that's right.
Very solid. All right, let's see. Was there any other
I am
questions?
Team Goddess Zoe. She was literally just, it was insane how much I jumped in levels in Demon Fortress and the dungeons. I was like, okay, I can do this now.
I guess I need to open some books. Try it out.
Good luck. I've opened over 1,000 epic books and I've yet to pull a Goddess Zo out of epic books. Yet to. I had to buy her out of the shop.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I'm looking at the Grimoire, you know, the book where all the phantoms are.
Yeah, the Grimoire.
And yeah, it seems that I've got a few missing, like Secret Dancer. I've got like 30 or so that I haven't collected yet. So she's one of them. She's one of them, and I don't know about all the rest. And if there's like a secret one that somebody else hasn't tested yet, that might be like a secret OP, you know, overpowered phantom.
Yes, there is. Destroyer Vizier. Watch. Right? Have you guys seen that video?
Yeah, I have. He smacks so hard.
I haven't. Can you share
Higher
it?
Standard? Higher Standard did a video on, yeah, it's a good one to share. It's like a fun, see how hard, you can like one-shot the dragon.
Is that like he needs a lot of setup, or how does it?
I have no idea. Actually, I haven't
okay. So yeah, I can explain that one. So yeah, Higher Standard, he does a lot of testing for the damage multipliers for YouTube content. And yeah, so I don't know if you have Vizier yet at all, but if you go over to his passive, so his last passive, he does a crit rate increase to 55%, which is just a passive ability. So it's if attack doesn't crit, the crit rate for the next attack is increased by 40%. So when he hits once, right, and he's not fully maxed out on his crit, his next attack will get that 55% boost. So that means he doesn't need nearly as much crit rate. So, for example, if you were to take Vizier in and don't put any crit rate on him other than, say, 20% crit rate, and take Mystic along with the ride as well, right? That gives you 80% crit rate without having to do too awful much. And then if you use Puppeteer actually has a 60% defense break. So with that kind of a setup, he can actually one-shot very, very easily.
Thank you for actually explaining that. I haven't dove that deep yet with that comp.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm looking at his skills now. It seems that if you book him out, he becomes way stronger. Like
yeah, because even his crit damage, right? He gets a crit damage boost on his passive up to 60%.
Right, 60%. Yeah, I've got 2 copies of him, but didn't bother with him, to be honest.
Yeah, so I did the same thing. I actually started off with him, and I knew he kind of hit pretty good, but then I got like Secret Dancer and a few others, and I totally let him go by the wayside, and then Higher Standard come out with the video explaining why he was so good, and I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have fooded him. Because I had one on Evo 4.
He's pretty common. I already have mine fully booked.
Yeah, I've got him fully booked, and I got plenty of dupes. He's really common to get, okay. But yeah, his Evo level is just he's very common. But yeah, his Evo level, I had him at 4, and then I fooded him. So I wish I wouldn't have done that now. So, but it looks like we got one other question in the chat. Papa Test asks, my question is for newer people or those considering this game. What is the best way to spend money in the game, and is it worth it? Okay. So, Cold Brew, I'll hand that question over to you if you want to answer first.
I would say it depends on your budget, and if it's like a monthly budget or like a one-time thing.
Okay.
I would say personally, if it's a one-time thing, you go for the 2 permanent packs, and that's it. It's I think it's $30 total value for both of those, somewhere close to that, depending on what currency you're paying. Oh, it's a bit higher on dollars. Yeah, $40 then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so for
40
both
for
of those,
both.
ideally you would have gone for those two. And then depending on if you're more of a monthly spender, you pick up those two first, and then you go with the best kind of pack for the month. You wait for maybe an event announcement, and usually those will bring some packs. I would say I haven't been playing the game for too long, but guessing from like the Easter event that we have right now, these are much better value than the standard packs. So
Okay.
I would say that's the best route to go for a low to maybe mid-tier spender.
Okay. Okay. Ivy, do you wanna touch base or piggyback off that, or is that kind of the same
Yeah,
thing that you're
I
thinking?
I definitely agree about the rebate card. Buy both of those; they're fantastic value. Imagine in Raid if you can get a sacred shard every single day. Oh wait, technically 6 sacred shards every day for only 20 bucks once. So that's an amazing
Right.
deal. But my other thing that was not mentioned is the level up gifts. Every time you pass 10 levels,
Oh.
you get a level up gift popping up. Those are such good value. They're like 99 cents or like $5.99 or something. They're all really cheap. There was one that was like $8.99 was the most expensive. And they come with like gems and I wish I actually screenshot those. I wish I had that on hand immediately right now. I don't. But
I know.
yeah,
It,
they're
I didn't
really, and
think
then
about it.
epic books as well. They're great value.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Honestly, I totally forgot about them. I buy them every time. But yeah, that's very good advice. Thank you for bringing that up, Ivy. Because yeah, each 10 levels you do get that epic offer or that special offer for your level. And yeah, they range from anywhere from like $1 to I think $15 is the highest one I've seen. And the rewards are amazing. Like you usually give like an orange weapon, an epic books, or SS books, or something along those lines. So yeah, I guess piggybacking off of cold brew, I would definitely agree that those would be the most beneficial spending in the game, especially for new players. All right, let's check one more time. I don't know if anyone else asked any more questions, but I think that is going to be all the questions for it. I think so. All right, awesome, guys. So thank you guys very much for coming on with the podcast for me today. I do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have. Oh, hold on. I have one more. We got one more question coming in. Hellspawner is going to come in with the last second clutch question, I think.
Go for it.
We'll give him a second here. Last word from Hellspawner, as usual. Do you guys hang out in the Summer's Glory Discord very often?
I can.
Yeah.
Maybe take it every once in a while.
Okay.
Not very often, no, but I do go over there because there's good info already from the veteran players.
Oh, okay. All right. So Hellspawners, the final question of the podcast, and in the short amount that SG has been out, what do you think so far? Do you think that it's got a lot of potential, and do you think that it's better than Raid? Oh, so this is definitely going to be triggering you guys more so than me, I feel like. Cobra, you want to start us off on that one? I mean, obviously you're 12 days in and fresh, so your input's going to really be valuable here.
I wouldn't say it's better than Raid, but I would say it has some aspects of it that are way better than what Raid offers for a game that has like 100 times, let's say, the budget of this game. So,
okay.
There's things in this game that I wish Raid had that I don't see Raid implementing anytime soon that make it, a fun game that you can pick up. The battle assistant, the way that the evolutions work, and they're gonna be even more, friendly for players in terms of time management. They're gonna make it so that you can evo your phantoms to 3 much quicker with a single button, supposedly. So that's good that they have that on, you know, in their minds for the players. And yeah, I just see this game growing, but I think they're totally different just because of how big Raid is,
Okay.
and you can't really compare it.
Okay. Ivy, what's your take on it? Like, how do you feel about it?
Well, my initial impression, I was immediately impressed. Within the first like hour of playing, I immediately bought that pack, that the permanent gift pack. I'm like, okay, this is a great deal. How I wish we could have this in Raid. Exactly what Colbert said is like the value. There's so much in this game I wish Raid had. There are a lot of things it does better. The one thing that Raid will kill most games on that are of this style, of course, are graphics, which is a big part of why we enjoy it so much. It just looks awesome. And the
Right.
community, Raid community is amazing, and I'm so happy that a lot of us are playing this game too. If it wasn't for the Raid community, though, I would have stopped playing Raid, and I would only be playing Summoner's Glory. I find this being a good game to transition away. Like, I've played Raid for 2 years. I wouldn't normally play a game that long, honestly. I'm not someone who's played games that long. I would have been like, you know what, I'm kind of bored. I'm like, before I got Seer, I wasn't as invigorated with Raid. I was kind of like, I was just kind of like, eh. And then I got Seer and I'm having fun again, and all sorts of other new champions. But
Okay.
I think I hit a bit of a slump and just didn't really have. It just felt like a chore to do Raid every day. And then Summoner's Glory kind of reinvigorated some interest in a totally new game. And I feel like if you're sick of Raid, it's a great game to move on to. it's a great one to take its place. I think it has a huge potential for such a low budget and newer game. The developers are active and they actually try to listen to our opinions. And yeah, I would play this game instead of Raid if it wasn't for such a good community in Raid. I just can't imagine my day without half these people's faces being on my screen at some point.
Okay, that's a good opinion. So I guess I'm kind of torn, to be honest. So obviously I'm a big whale in Raid. I've spent well over $8,000 in my account, like a lot more than that, I believe. A little scared to total it all up one day, but yeah, it was kind of funny when I found Summoner's Glory. I was actually just kind of getting bored with Raid. Like, I have a majority of the champs. Like, I think I'm only missing, I don't know. There's not too many Legos I'm missing now for my account, and I was able to easily beat Doom Tower the first couple of instances on Raid, and I discovered this game, and I think I'm more in love with this game than I ever was with Raid. The graphics, like you guys touched base on, I don't feel like the graphics are on par yet. And I know, like, there's a lot of like instability in the game, like as far as like, you know, you'll run into some glitches here and there. But I feel like with the gameplay's potential and the squad element of it, right, the co-opness in the game, I feel like that's really going to offer as a potential contender to challenge Raid, even being such a lower budget than what they are. But then again, I mean, Raid is a fairly big company, so I don't know if there's any game out there right now that would fully and directly challenge them. But yeah, I mean, my personal take on it is I'm loving the game, and I do feel like it has amazing potential moving forward. So yeah, and with that being said, I do believe that is all of the questions for the podcast. So I do want to thank you guys for your time, and thank you guys for coming on. And I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a little bit of fun. Do you guys want to close with any closing remarks? Ivy, we can go ahead and start with you first.
Alrighty, yeah. Thanks for having me on your first podcast. I love the game. It's really fun. I hope if you guys have been on the fence about playing, give it a shot. It's really addicting. I look forward to the podcast continuing and seeing who else you get on as guests. Hopefully this will help just be one more element that grows the community with Summoner's Glory that makes me love that as much as Raid, and I'm glad it's mostly Raid people joining.
You want to tell the people where they can find you at too?
Oh, sure. I stream as well. Oh, wait, do you want to do shout outs for us or something?
Yeah, so for those of them that are listening, so like I probably will upload this onto an actual podcast server, so for those of them actually listening in and not actually visually getting to see it.
Right, you'll have links to everything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have Twitch, of course, and I also do YouTube as well. That's I've just, like you mentioned, I have just recently been monetized on YouTube, so I'm looking forward to growing that more as well. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, okay. Okay. All the social medias.
Yeah.
All right, Cobra, how about you?
I do have also Instagram, but I don't really use it anymore. I mostly am on YouTube and Twitch, mostly YouTube. They're on Raid, but I also do other games. Occasionally, at least once or twice a month, I'll try out a new game. Now it's Summoner's Glory, and I'm liking it so far. So I plan on doing another video this week, maybe this weekend, and yeah, definitely enjoying it along with Raid. Mostly be playing Summoner's Glory than Raid lately, since Raid has become, a bit repetitive.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you guys, and I appreciate it. Hey guys, thank you very much for taking time out of your day and watching the podcast. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We will have more podcasts like this. I would like to try to make this an every week thing with different content creators, both on other games and genres that we're going to bring into Summoner's Glory, as well as just some of the main content creators for Summoner's Glory. So definitely stick around, stay tuned. Hopefully we have a lot more friendly faces on the podcast. Please take a moment, leave a comment, leave a like. Let me know what you guys thought about the podcast, pros, cons. This was my very first podcast. So I do know that there were some instances in there where you get that little awkward silence, or you get that, the direct asking of a question instead of a very good lead in. I will work on that. Hopefully the next one we do will be much, much better. But yeah, guys, let me know. Give me some feedback. I would appreciate it. Also, if you did enjoy it, if you would give me a subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. That helps me to help you. I will have links posted at the bottom of the video and a pinned comment for all the content creators that are on the podcast. We'll have all their socials, their YouTubes, their Twitch, etc., etc. So please take time out of your day to go give them a like and subscribe as well, as they are great content creators and they do deserve that friendly love as well. So until next time, guys, peace.